Hey guys, Adrian here from AI's Tech Reviews. Today I got the Microsoft Surface Pro 5. This is the 2017 model, and let's see if it's worth buying today. The 7th gen Intel i5 does the job nicely and is sufficient with 8GB of RAM alongside it. The base model has a Core M3 with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of SSD storage. The top model has an Intel i7, 16GB of RAM, 1TB of SSD storage. The M3 model comes with Windows 10 Home, and the i5 and 7 come with Windows 10 Pro. The difference between the two editions of Windows is that you get more business tools in Windows 10 Pro, but essentially both versions of Windows work the same way. The battery life is pretty good. Microsoft claims 13.5 hours of video playback on the Wi-Fi model and 12.5 hours on the LTE model. The Pixel Sense display has a resolution of 2736 by 1824, an aspect ratio of 3:2, and a pixel density of 267 pixels per inch. The size is 12.3 inches, this is a fixed size, and it supports touch. As for the kickstand, it is amazing. It doesn't feel flimsy, loose, or poorly done. It has an amazing tilt range of 150 degrees. It's held down magnetically so it doesn't flop about and isn't that easy to pull away from the tablet. As for ports, you don't have a lot. You have the Surface Connect port to charge through, no USB-C as a second option like in the Surface Laptop 3. You've got a USB-A 3.0, DisplayPort version 1.2, and a micro SD card slot all on the right. There are no discrete graphics on the Surface Pro. You get Intel's HD 620 with the i5 and HD 640 with the i7. The M3 has HD 615, so it isn't the best for graphical work, but you could run a non-demanding editing software like VSDC. I ran it on a Lenovo X220 last year and didn't run into many issues. The front and rear cameras are 1080p Skype HD cameras with photo quality of 5 megapixels on the front and 8 megapixels on the rear. There is Windows Hello support on the front camera for a faster login. The Surface Pro 5 is a great Windows tablet, but for a device of this caliber, the Core M3 shouldn't be an option in my opinion. The 4GB of RAM should only be for the Core M3 model, because 4 just isn't enough, especially since you can't upgrade it yourself. Apart from that, the display is awesome, the cameras are super, and the build quality really lives up to that Microsoft name. The 1.6 watt speakers are also amazing. But if you look on Microsoft's website, you can see the latest Surface Pro 7 is a few £100 cheaper. In that latest version of the Surface Pro, you get 10th gen processors, Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5, which is a much better deal in my opinion, but you will lose that LTE in this 10th gen model, so you can't put a SIM in for data in the Surface, which isn't much of a problem since you can just hotspot from your phone or use public Wi-Fi. I'm not saying that the Surface Pro 5 is a bad deal, but my point is that if you can get better technology at a lower price, why pay more for only one feature which you can get back with hotspot from your phone? If you really want to get a better deal on the Surface Pro 5, I'd recommend looking at another store or buying it used. But if you really want to buy from the Microsoft store only, then consider the Surface Pro 7 since it's a way better deal. This was a bit longer of a verdict than normal, but if you enjoyed anyway, consider subscribing and I'll see you in the next one.